Hi, and welcome again to another edition of Market Analysis. Today is January 25th, 2023. I'm Giovanni Betancourt, analyst, educator, and trader with Vantage Markets. Well, let's get right into it. Tech earnings season has arrived, potentially putting a spanner in the works of the sector's strong start to the year. With fourth quarter earnings revised lower across the board, there is plenty of scope for upside surprises this season. Microsoft's strong results were an example of that, but the market is more interested in what lies ahead in the coming months, highlighted by the tech giant's disappointing guidance and the stock's sharp reversal uh, late yesterday. It was a similar story for the Texas Instruments, often seen as a tech bellwether. The chipmaker beat earnings expectations, but flagged a weaker than seasonal decline in demand for the March quarter. Tech earnings are only just getting started, but Microsoft and TI could offer clues to what's ahead when the likes of Alphabet, AMD, and Amazon report next week. On another note, gold and silver prices are weaker in early U.S. trading today on some profit taken from the shorter-term futures traders, and as the key outside markets are in a mildly bearish posture for the precious metals. Slightly lower crude oil prices and a slightly higher US dollar index. Don't be surprised to see the gold market bulls step in to buy the dip at some point during the trading session. February gold was last down at right around $8.10 at 1,927. Now, global stock markets were mixed overnight, with European shares mostly down and Asian shares mostly up. China markets are quiet as the Lunar New Year holiday is being celebrated. U.S. stock indices are pointed toward lower openings when the New York session begins. In overnight news, Germany, the workhorse of the European Union, reported its business sentiment hit a seventh-month high in January. The World Bank and Swiss Federal Office for Customs and Border Security reported that Swiss exports of gold to China surged in 2022 at 478 metric tons. That's up from 274 tons in 2021. That's a lot of gold. Technically, the gold future bulls have the solid overall near-term technical advantage. Prices are in a 2.5-month-old uptrend on the daily bar chart. Bulls' next upside price objective is to produce a close above solid resistance at 2,000. Will it be reached? That's yet to be seen. Then we have the bears' next near-term downside price objective is will be pushing prices below solid technical support right around 1900. All right, so let's take a look at the markets with this info and see where we can move or see more information. So we have the Nasdaq right here. All right, so the market's already open. So it pushed a bit lower. We did open up on a gap down. I placed my resistance of 11,800. Now that we really just jumped, just like fell off a cliff on this particular asset. But let's see if this will continue. I'm looking at 11,500 as my support. The same token goes for the S&P 500. I'm placing the resistance at the 4,000 marker, which has really traded positions between support and resistance a lot lately. And then we have Dow. Dow is looking to sustain itself above, the 33,500 around that marker. But let's see if anything will help it to stay right here. We have the 21 moving day average above it, which it'll act as a dynamic resistance. So let's keep that in mind. Then we have here crude oil, WTI contract. So $80 is that psychological resistance level. I have mine at $81, but perhaps we probably see some continued pressure to the downside, looking to come down to $79, $78. Then we have here natural gas. Natural gas is really close to touching that $3 support level. We've been seeing it creeping lower, all really just finding more sellers around this area. Let's see if that will be the case, or will it buy support and say, okay, no, let's drive the price back up to 350. Then we have here gold. I have my resistance at 1950. Will it continue to push lower? 1920 is my first support. I have mine at 1900, obviously. Then we have silver. Silver is just really flat, just really ranging, just trading lateral. Then we have the 21 moving average acting as resistance, dynamic resistance right now, and it's holding up. So let's see if silver will continue to just trade within the range of this previous movement that we saw on Monday. And then we have copper. Copper really is just just idling. It's sustaining. I'm thinking that the copper is gonna stay above 420 and below 430. It's gonna be a very tight range. Then we have the euro, the currencies. They're looking to stay above 108.5, 109 is this resistance for it. And the pound, the same token, looking to stay above 123, 124 is the resistance, because we have the dollar index. This movement, this way of trading, is really a battle of the dollar index to sustain its value right on the 101, the 102 marker. But let's see if the 102, 101 will create that tight range, that channel, and will it probably stay inside that channel. All right, so anything above 102 will be a breakout. Anything below 101, obviously, will be a breakdown to the downside. So let's see what will happen. Don't forget, next month we're going to be doing some live streaming sessions. Okay, I hope you join me. Have a nice trading day, and I'll see you tomorrow.